Hi, I'm Monte McNaughton, Ontario's Minister of Labour, Training and Skills Development. I'm here with Nick and his son, Nick Jr. They are both sheet metal workers. Nick Sr. has been in the trades for many years. We're going to talk about that. And Nick Jr. has been in an apprenticeship for 7 months. So Nick, I really just wanted to say thanks for getting together today. How long have you been in the trades?
I've been in the trades for almost 18 years now. Started as an apprentice. I finished my apprenticeship on time within a 5-year span and been a journey person since.
So 18 years in total?
18 years total.
You got into the trades later in life?
That's correct.
Which is the trend, has been the trend in Ontario. So can you talk about, sort of your journey?
I grew up in Ridgetown, about an hour away from here. My parents operate a family business. My high school didn't really have much in the way of educating us on trades. We had an automotive shop and we had, I believe it was a woodworking shop.
Right.
There was no one to really turn to about learning a skilled trade. I was always pushed college or university was the path I needed to go down to be successful. And I worked in the restaurant for a few years. I decided this was not something that I wanted to. I found the hours to be too demanding for me. And I wanted the free time to disconnect at the end of the day. And I didn't see that as something, as part of the lifestyle that I wanted. I ended up I had a brother that lived in London at the time. I ended up moving down here and was considering going back to school or finding a trade school where I could learn a few skills so I could express that creativity that I've always thought that I had. And just out on a whim, I decided to put a few resumes out, and that's how I got my start in the trades.
Yeah, one of the other things that I think is really exciting is when you're in the trades, you get to travel. And I know we were talking earlier about some of the places that you've worked. Can you talk a bit about that in your past jobs as a sheet metal worker, where you've worked?
I've traveled as far as Thunder Bay, between Thunder Bay to Windsor. I've worked in Quebec. There's always, especially when you're working out of town, there's always a different element out there, and it's an element that I enjoy. And it really builds that, I guess, brotherhood or sisterhood between the tradespeople when you're away from home like that.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. You meet people, whether it's at the hotel at night where you're staying or on the job site, all those different trades coming together, the women and men. What do you like most about it?
I love the creativity of working in skilled trade, especially as a sheet metal worker. There are so many opportunities to problem solve, analyze, rectify a situation. It's just that creative aspect that I've always had in me that I thoroughly enjoy.
Well, we first met because you're really active on social media, forming a Facebook group to encourage people to get into the trades, and also your work on Twitter is fantastic, so thanks for everything. I wanted to just touch base about other reasons why people get into the trades. I mean, they're lucrative careers, they're meaningful, you can be proud of what you build, you can travel the country. But the other element that I think is really important to get out there is the fact that when you're in the trades, you can start your own business and hire other people to work for you and grow the company and create local jobs. Do you have any friends that have started their own businesses in the trades? Maybe talk about DC Mechanical a bit as well, because I know they've been in business now for about 11 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I have tons of friends that have started their own business. They've taken that leap of faith in their skills and their abilities, and they've went either owning their own companies. Some of my friends have become teachers. Some are in senior management positions. My boss, Dave here from DC, used to be an estimator at another company and decided to branch out on his own because he wanted to build his own legacy, I suppose, in the trades.
And Nick Jr., this is great to get together today. I guess, when did you get interested in the trades, and when did you decide that you wanted to become a sheet metal worker?
As a kid, growing up, I always enjoyed putting puzzles together, or Lego or a model car, and I always like watching it go from start to finish and seeing the end product. And with sheet metal, it's kind of the same thing. I like taking the raw product of just aluminum, bending it, folding it, shaping it, and installing it, and seeing what is on the blueprint go from that to the finished product in the air.
Yeah, it's one of the things I always tell people. I mean, when you're in the trades, you can be darn proud of what you build. And I've heard from other tradespeople, taking their young kids around and saying, like, I built that, and they're really, really proud of that. Do you talk with your friends about the trades? I mean, would you have any advice for other young people? I mean, I know you're just starting out as an apprentice, but curious what you would tell other people about the trades.
My advice is for anyone trying to get in, I would go to like a co-op teacher or a guidance counselor or take a basic tech course, like a foundation to tech, and see what your interests are. Just ask around your school or a parent or something. Or if your parents have like a friend that they know that works in a trade, ask them about it. They'd be able to help you answer those questions on what you need to know.
I think that's really great advice, almost that mentorship piece. I mean, I think one of the biggest challenges we have, and it's why, you know, the Premier and our government and I have really focused on ending the stigma around the trades. We want young people and their parents and educators like guidance counselors to know that there's more than 140 different trades to choose from, like a sheet metal worker. They're lucrative. You can start your own business. Many of the trades offer defined pensions and benefits. I mean, there's not enough careers out there that have that pension and benefit component to it. And we all know people in the trades making more than 6 figures. So it's a great way to build stronger families. But two of the other things that we're doing that I think is going to make a big difference is sending recruiters into every high school across the province, really to compete head on with university recruiters to talk about the pathways into the trades and how you start an apprenticeship, and then starting the skilled trades as early as kindergarten. I mean, you talked about how, you know, as a young person you worked with puzzles and things like that. I think those are the elements that are really important to open young people up to and promote these careers and just open the opportunities up to them at a much younger age. I'm really excited to ask you both this, and I'm going to start with Nick Jr. Can you talk about working with your dad and, you know, just how that's been going?
Some days are better than others, but it's a pretty fun experience getting taught by my own father. The trade he's known for so long, I've watched him go. I've been to his like other shops with him before and seen what he does. I always thought it was interesting, and it's nice to get to learn from him through his perspectives and his way of teaching. And it's nice to know someone and be comfortable with someone while they teach you. That's great. Nick Sr., what's it like working with Nick Jr.?
It's fantastic. I've always wanted to work with my son. I've always wanted to pass on the skills, the marketable skills that I've learned throughout the trade. And I wanted to help position Nicholas where he'd be set for life to make those decisions at a younger age, because I got a start in the trades at a later point in my life. So to see him as a young person, it's very, very exciting to watch him progress right now.
Yeah, and I can tell the sense of pride that you each have for each other, which is, I think, really fascinating and important. What would you tell young people pursuing a career in the trades or that might be interested in the trades?
I think working in the skilled trades is an opportunity to quickly get into something that you can be proud of, that it is a very financially stable career, and you can enter and finish within a trade, or your apprenticeship, quicker than you would getting a bachelor degree, and without the associated debt that comes with a bachelor degree.
Can you talk about your journey into the trade? So you're 7 months into your apprenticeship now to be a sheet metal worker. This is level 1. What happens next?
I got school coming up after my first term here. I'm hoping to complete this apprenticeship and get my license as a sheet metal worker, and then pursuing HVAC and refrigeration, and trying to get that under my belt too. And hopefully someday I'll probably start my own company.
Did you go from high school right into your apprenticeship?
No. So when I was in high school, I was trying to be a service technician in automotive.
Okay.
I was in high school doing co-op there in the youth apprenticeship program. Once I graduated, I did a little bit of work at Michelin for a while, but then the opportunity to work in sheet metal came up, and so I took it, and I've been here since, and I'm enjoying it well.
That's great. So you're 19 now.
Yeah.
And at what point, at what age will you be fully licensed?
23, 24, I think.
Okay, that's great. One of the challenges we have in Ontario, because, and I've said this very clearly for decades under different governments of different political stripes, they kept telling every young person that the only way to be successful in life is to go to university. Nothing could be further from the truth. The average age of an apprentice in Ontario today is 29, and 1 in 3 journey persons is over the age of 55. So that's why we need to move, to open up these opportunities to people at a younger age, because it's important for them to, start their apprenticeship in high school and get into the trades coming out of high school and becoming a journey person as quickly as possible. So this is good. You're one of the younger ones in the trades in Ontario. What kind of influence did your dad have over you when it comes to the sheet metal trade?
I wouldn't say it was really the sheet metal trade, but usually when we were at home building little projects, I'd always be helping them with the tools. And I think one year we made a spaceship out of sheet metal, and I helped him with that. And I thought that was pretty cool. Throughout my life, I've been throughout, like I said, his shops and seen what he's done and what he's handled. And now I get to see it for myself, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And was it the sheet metal trade in the beginning, or was it another trade?
It was the sheet metal trade.
Okay.
And I think it's important to note, we talk about the career path with young people and educating them on the trades, and there is no predetermined path in these trades. Once you become a journey person, it opens all kinds of doors where you can pursue other things within your trade. You could become senior management. I think we mentioned that, senior management, an owner, an educator. Your destiny, I guess, is up to you. You have all the cards in your hand. You can pursue other opportunities in your workplace, maybe as a health and safety advisor. There's just opportunity after opportunity, and you get to meet other tradespeople and make that transition to something else. If like Nicholas has spoken, he might want to pursue HVAC down the road, and I think that's really important to know that it's not a one-way path in life.
So Nick, I just want to say thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're working a lot of hours right now in exciting projects. You're working at a local elementary school and local hospitals as well. I just want to say thanks for everything you're doing. You really are building the province, and Nick Jr. is starting a lucrative career in the trades. We're on a mission to get more young people into the trades, and can't wait to share your story. So thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for the work that you're doing. We're noticing out here in the field, all tradespeople are starting to notice the changes and the excitement that's coming forward.
Great. Thanks very much. Good luck with everything.